Hello everyone, today I'll be doing a solo flawless Harbinger with Warlock. For my subclass, I'll be using the Chaos Reach middle tree. For my kinetic, I'll be using the Long Shadow. For my energy weapon, I'll be using the Trinity Gold Arc Bow with the Catalyst. Highly recommend you use the Catalyst for this loadout. Next, I'll be using the 7 SERAPH Soul Arc Machine Gun. For my helmet, I'll be using Machine Gun Ammo Finder, Bow Ammo Finder, Shield Break Charge with 5 Intellect. Next, I'll be using the Bow Reloader, 5 Intellect, Unstoppable Hand Cannon with high energy fire. Next, I'll be using Fire Team Medic, Solar Damage Resistance, Concussive Dampener, and 10 Intellect. Next, I'll be using the Exotic Geomax Stabilizers with 5 Intellect, Machine Gun Scavenger, Arrow Bow Scavenger with Taken Charge. Next, I'll be using Warmind's Protection, 10 Intellect, and Perpetuation. So I'll be using different elements to deal with the mini bosses. So I'll be using the Void Pulse Rifle. Next, I'll be using the Trinity of Heaven. I'll be using the Nation of Beasts Hand Cannon to deal with the unstoppable champions. Alright guys, so for this week I decided to use the exotic bow, the Trinity Gold, where you can actually clear down ads, especially when you have the Catalyst. Final blows, you can make an enormous wave of lightning where you can clear down the ads. Pretty cool. Basically almost like a mini war mine explosion, except it's arc. So now we're gonna deal with 3 of the emissaries where we have to hunt them down. I like to call them the 3 mini bosses. So you can actually take down the sniper and jump on this platform and jump over this little tree branch. Now for Warlock, I would say to be careful when jumping. Always time your jump because you can actually fall down from the little edge up ahead if you are not too careful. If on Hunter, you can actually use Stompies to jump here or without them. What I like to do is go to this invisible platform, jump over this edge, and then we'll be dealing with the 3 emissaries or the 3 mini bosses. You jump back here and you should be able to make it. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go to the right side and deal with the first mini boss. So it's always going to be wizard, and what I like to do is not go through the door and go to the edge wall from the right side. So you can actually break down the shield and use your sniper, or if the aim assist on console is not your best friend, sadly it happened to me, if the wizard is spamming its void attack, you can mainly just use your pulse rifle to do DPS, half of it at the boss. If you keep doing DPS at the wizard will be immune. You can walk towards the wizard and the ads will despawn. So next what I like to do is deal with the arc mini boss, so I switch to the Trinity Gold Arc. When you do final blows, you get the lightning rod perk, which is very, very powerful with this exotic. Which is why I recommend you have the Catalyst for this exotic bow. So now we're going to deal with the arc mini boss. So you can see here, you can take your time sniping or just spamming your arc bow, or you can switch to your machine gun. You can also take down a couple of ads and try your best to get precision shots or final blows on the scions or the goblins. So once I do have health, I decide to switch my weapon to a solar bow. If you do not have the solar bow, then you can use the solar arc, the solar pulse rifle, the stars, and shadow. You can actually take down the sniper up ahead. You can take down the snipers with your sniper, or you can just use your bow. What I like to do is just take my time to take down the Solar Knight, which likes to spam its blight attack. You can also use your sniper to do precision shots. Here I decided just to use a bow, and once it's immune, you can actually just push forward and make the mini boss despawn. So now, first what I like to do is deal with the Void Wizard. So I switched to my Void Pulse Rifle. Reason why is because there's really no Void Bow, and the bow that we have in the vault or in the inventory is Sunset, so I cannot really use it, sadly. Hopefully next season we'll have Void Bows, because it's kind of ridiculous, I have to be honest. So you go to the Blight Wall, and you're going to deal with the goblins. So over here what I like to do is use my super, especially at the wizard. I was just waiting for the wizard to push towards the right side. And it was a little stubborn, so I decided to use my super and then just run away and go to the next section. So you can see here I was being a little bit reckless. So what you can do is just clear down the whole room and then proceed to the next area. Here I was just being a little reckless. So now there's going to be snipers left and right and one at the middle of the bottom. So I like to switch to my arc bow. I'm trying to use the bow on the sniper in the middle, but for some reason there's an invisible wall. So you can just take down the sniper from the left side, and then hopefully the sniper in the middle can fall down to his death, because it does not like the Trinity Gold Arc exotic for some reason, and it decided to kill itself, which is very good. So yay! So we're gonna deal with the arc cabal, where you can actually use your super or spam your bow, or you can use your sniper or the machine gun. So once I took down the mini arc boss, now we're gonna deal with the Solar Knight. So I like to switch to my solar bow. And like I said in my other video, you can use a solar pulse rifle. What I like to do is jump over here, and we're gonna go to the right side of the door. So you can actually jump to these platforms, which is very easy to jump with Warlock. You can take down the Blight Wall. There'll be a couple of taken goblins up ahead. And now over here I would highly recommend just to use your machine gun to clear them down quickly, because there is a void goblin where it likes to immune them. So I always try to take down the void acolyte first, then deal with the sniper from the left side. So you can see there that even though I took down the acolyte, there's still one little goblin trying to immune the sniper. Once you took those ads down, then you can just take your time to take down the Solar Knight, which it loves to hide. You can use your super or your machine gun and proceed to the next area. Now, like I said in my previous video, for the survival it depends of It all depends of the mini bosses of which ones you killed. So for this video, I killed the Void, Arc, and Solar. So the first wave, we're going to deal with the Void Wizard. And what I like to do is kill one of the wizards when they spawn in. So you could just use your pulse rifle and take it down. Then there will be another wizard from the other side. Now always take down the wizards as soon as possible because there is an infinite wave of adds until you kill the 2 wizards. What I like to do is switch to my arc bow, the Trinity Gold arc bow. And you can just spam your bow using the lightning rod perk, basically like a mini Thunderlord lightning attack, where you can just take your time and deal with all these adds. So make sure you leave one add in the room so you can go on the top platform where you can deal with the Archibals, which they are the most dangerous throughout this mini area. You can actually use your goes to track of which ones you kill as well. So you can see that sometimes he's taking throws like to hide behind the walls, but with the exotic bow, you can just kill them behind the wall when shooting down the ground to take them down. So now we're going to deal with the Archibald. So I like to kill them when they're spawning. Always pop a healing rift because there will be snipers trying to kill you. And always be cautious. So once you take down the Archibald, take down the first sniper, then take down the captain. So once you do, you can clear down the adds, and infinite waves of adds and snipers will stop spawning. So now what you can do is actually deal with the Unstoppable Champion. So I was just making sure if I clear down all the adds so I can DPS the champion. So what I like to do is switch to my hand cannon with an unstoppable perk, where you can just use your sniper to do DPS and to take down the champion. For the weapon I'm using, you can use any arc hand cannon. It can even be a blue weapon. I'm just using this weapon since it was in my inventory. It can be any weapon since this weapon is mainly just to stagger unstoppable champions. So over here what I was doing is gathering ammo to get ready for the 3rd phase where we're going to be dealing with solar knights. I decided to jump on this mini platform just to get ready for the 3rd phase, and now what I like to do is kill the last champion. Now the last wave, we're going to deal with 2 unstoppable champions, 2 solar knights with infinite waves of adds. So there are solar knights, and one likes to hide all the way from the right side, and there is one that hides under where you are. Because the solar knight can't see me, I decided to first take down the unstoppable champions first. If the solar knight sees you and starts shooting you, then take it down with your machine gun. Or if you want to use your super for it, you can use your super as well. So these goblins like to immune the champion. So what I like to do is just take them down a bit, so I can deal with the unstoppable champion. So you can just do headshots, and you can see here I was You can see that the goblin was shooting me while sniping, and I was trying to do precision shots, but it kept messing me up. So little things like that can happen. Once you take down the unstoppable champion, then you can actually just take down the solar knight, which he likes to hide under the platform. So you can spam your heavy, or you can use your super if you haven't used your super. You can also pop a healing rift if you are on red health. I felt a little confident, so I didn't really use my healing rift that much for this one. Once you kill the Solar Knight, what you can do is just take your time to take down the taken goblins. Once you take down all the taken goblins, then you can actually take down the Solar Knight, which is super harmless. It likes to hide behind a rock or behind a mini wall, and you can actually just use your super or your arc machine gun. Here I decided to use my super, and then now we can proceed to the next section. What I like to do is first gather all my ammo, so I'm going to do a mini time skip. Once you gather all your heavy and your ammo, you go to this little platform and you make your way to the blight door. So you can actually open the blight wall with your bow or with your sniper, and you can make your way to the teleporter. So there is a sniper on the upper right side. I like to take it down since it likes to snipe me from far away when I jump on the platforms. What you can do is just use your exotic arc bow, the Trinity Gold, to do headshots or final blows. You can get the lightning rod perk. So I like to jump on this platform, hug the wall, wait for the blight to not push me off the map, then jump over this platform, and we're gonna go to the right side. So I like to wait for the blight from the left side to do his animation so it won't push me off the map. Since I'm Warlock, you know, you can be a little floaty when jumping in the air, and all of a sudden a blight pushes you off, right? And then you die, and then the flawless run is ruined over little silly things like that, which is why I always be careful. Now in this area, what you can do is actually take down a sniper, and you can actually skip these ads and jump to the left side. In this video, I decided just to take down the ads, just to show you what happens when you clear down all the ads. You can actually use the Trinity Gold Arc Exotic Bow to do final blows, and then just shoot down the ground to clear down the ads with the lightning. Once you take them down, you can take down the snipers, collect some ammo, and proceed to the next section. Now over here, what I like to do is take down the shadow thralls, since they can actually push you off the map, or push you to the blight where it can push you off the edge of the map. So for here, what I like to do is shoot a couple of bows and switch to my Void Pulse Rifle. There is a wizard up ahead, which it can kill you if you're not too careful. Now you can pop a healing rift and then use your arc machine gun to take it down. Once you do, then you can take down the snipers with the bow. Here I decided to use the exotic bow to deal with the snipers. Now the snipers can be a little dangerous, so always pop a healing rift if you're on red health. In this footage I wasn't being too careful. Definitely be more careful than what I'm doing. So you can see here that I was being a little reckless again. So definitely be careful, especially dealing with the first sniper. The second sniper is harmless. It isn't too dangerous. But you can see that the sniper sniped me and it took almost more than half of my health. So now what I like to do is jump on this platform. I was just making sure there's no blights to push me off the map. Then you can go around this area and take down the unstoppable champion. I'm going to switch to a arc hand cannon to stagger the unstoppable champion. So what you can do is just snipe the champion once you stagger it. So you can see here I'm still not used to the PS5, but like I said before, it would take me a month to get used to it. Once you do your finisher, you can switch to your Trinity Gold arc bow. Now things get a little bit interesting. So there's going to be 2 mini bosses, infinite waves of ads, and snipers. So there are 2 mini bosses with the same health, by the way, left and right. And what I like to do is first do a third of the health to make this boss jump down the middle of the... You can use your super and spam your nade and your arc heavy to make this boss jump to the middle of the platform. So next what I like to do is go around this little area where I can be half safe and deal with the first mini boss. So now what you can do is you can stop the waves of ads for a little while by using the Trinity Gold arc bow for these taken throws to not push you. And you can just deal with the first mini boss. So another thing I like to mention is there are snipers from the left side and from the right side. So always try your best to take them down before doing DPS of the boss. And if you're on red health, then pop a healing rift. The boss likes to spam his blight tracking of death, which can melt you if you're not too careful. So I'm just multitasking, using these walls to take cover. And you can see that this boss likes to spam its void attack, and it can be a little bit annoying. It can be a little dangerous around this area. I was waiting for the boss to do his blight attack. Then what I like to do is do DPS as much as I can and multitask. So you can actually stand here and manipulate the boss. So if you do see a lot of taken thralls spawning, you can just use your arc bow to take them down with the lightning rod perk, almost like Thunder Lord or the mini arc explosion or mine cell. You can also use your sniper over here, but I was low on sniper, I only had 6, so I wanted to save it for later. So you can see that I did try to snipe it, but I got a flinch. And then what I like to do is just wait for just get my super, and then just do DPS with the Chaos Reach or Final Flash, you know. Another thing I like to mention is always be cautious with the snipers. The snipers can kill you if you are using your super. Especially for Hunter. I mean, for Warlock, not so much, but still I would be a little bit careful. So now there's going to be wave of ads again, so I like to use my arc bow, just take control of the ads and take them down with the exotic bow. So because this boss is on red health, it's going a little crazy, it's lagging, it's teleporting left and right, and there are snipers trying to kill me, so I like to take it down quickly as possible. If you're on red health, pull back, pop a healing rift, then resume your DPS. So I noticed the boss likes to shoot void, so maybe void resistance will be good for this boss fight. And I noticed the snipers seem to shoot void too. Once you kill the first mini boss, then the second phase is gonna get a little bit tricky. Now this is probably the most hardest part throughout the entire mission, is dealing with the second mini boss. Now what's gonna happen is we're gonna have more infinite waves of ads, and they're gonna be infinite no matter what you do. And I'm gonna show you proof of what I mean of infinite ads, especially the taken thralls. Now you can see here that I am clearing down these taken thralls, and they are spawning again and again and again over and over. So here is proof. It's infinite waves of ads no matter what you do. Now you're probably wondering why I'm doing this. Well, 1, to show you, and 2, I wanted to get some heavy and some sniper ammo. What I'm doing over here is I'm farming my ammo. I'm farming my ammo so I can get some sniper and some heavy. Then I'm gonna pull back to the back of the map, where it's gonna be probably the most difficult thing to do. So you can see this exotic bow is pretty handy dealing with the wave of infinite ads. So now what I like to do is pull back, since I wasn't able to see any sniper ammo. And now this is probably the most difficult part. Now what you want to do is make this boss jump in the middle of the map. And this boss is going to be a big headache. That's the only hard part. So what you can do over here is pop a healing rift and then use your super. Now what I like to mention is the snipers. When trying to do DPS at the boss from the left side, take down the 2 snipers first before proceeding to this rock. Now I also like to say that this boss likes to spam void, when the health is a little bit low. So you can see here, once you use your super, you pull back and resume. The same method. But except you're going to be using your arc bow. So since there's no snipers from the right side, then I can go up here and then try my best to do DPS at the boss. Now I could use my sniper here, and I did try, by the way. I was getting a lot of aim assist. And you can see I was trying to snipe him, but then he disappeared. Which it was unfortunate, very unlucky. So over here I'm just multitasking because there's going to be taken thralls pushing towards me. The boss spamming blight, infinite snipers. And I'm trying to snipe the boss, but he keeps walking away, and it was a little bit irritating. So you can see you have to be very cautious, and I'm trying my best to do DPS at the boss, and trying to snipe it. And you can see I'm trying to snipe it, and I get flinch, and then I hear taken thralls trying to push me, and these snipers trying to 2-shot me, or 3-shot me, when it gets a chance. So I decided to pull back since I saw a couple of snipers from the right side. So always take down the 2 or the 3 snipers from the right side when dealing with the boss from the left. Trust me on that, because if you do pull back, these snipers can actually kill you from behind. When you have your super, pop a healing rift, and then use your super, and try your best to do as much damage at the boss so we can finally move to the middle of the map. Now because the boss is low on health, then the boss starts to spam its void attack, which can be a little bit irritating. So what I like to do is first take down these snipers, since they can be very dangerous and they shoot void, so highly recommend to switch to void resistance when dealing with this boss fight. And of course solar resistance during the puzzle, etc. So yeah, the boss starts to spam its void attack again, and it's starting to get a little aggressive. And of course, spamming is blight tracking of death, which can be a bit annoying. So yeah, you can see it is a wave of infinite adds, infinite snipers. So now what I'm trying to do is take down the first sniper, and then I can try to do some DPS at the boss. It was starting to get a little bit crazy. So depending of the health of the boss, ad seems to spawn much more faster, boss seems more aggressive, starts spamming this blight tracking of death, and it gets a little bit crazy. So you can see here I'm just spamming my arc machine gun I was spamming my arc machine gun, but then my healing rift was gone, so I had to pull back. So now over here I decided to wait for my super, wait for my healing rift, and then I'll be using my super at the final boss. So I'll do a mini time skip. So always take down the snipers and then deal with the boss. So what I like to do is pop a healing rift and then just use my super. So at the second phase, it seems that the boss won't move until you do half of the health. So you can see there, I double check if the boss moved, and he did. So if you already use your super to make the boss move, what you can do here is wait for your super again, so you can finish off the boss. So what you can do here is farm heavy or farm sniper, and you can just wait for your super. So I'm gonna do a mini time skip. So once you have your super, what you need to do is first take down all the snipers. Take the snipers on the right side and the left side. Because what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to that little mini spot where we deal with the first mini boss. And it's gonna be a little dangerous, especially with the infinite waves of ads. So what I like to do is first take down all the snipers. Then once I do, I quickly run for my life. And we're gonna go under to this little mini platform or this water area, and we're going to use our super. So you can see here I decided to use my super, and this boss is lagging a lot. And I did kind of mess up my DPS, so if on red, always pull back, and also be cautious with the snipers from the left side. So what you can do here is just spam your arc, heavy, and also your exotic bow. You could just spam the lightning rod to deal with the taken thralls. So you can see here I'm just popping a healing rift and trying to take down the mini boss. And you can see here it could be very dangerous. There is a wave of infinite ads, and you can see that the arc bow does wonders to take control of the ads. Another thing I'd like to mention is there are snipers, so always use these mini walls to take cover and always pop your healing rift. So over here, just spam your arc machine gun, switch to your sniper and just snipe precision shot. And if there's a war mine cell, then shoot it. So there you go guys, we finally beat the boss with the exotic Trinity Gold. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.